I'm up here on my stroll of Upper Geyser Basin. Old Faithful's way over there. The dogs are on the other side of Old Faithful along that tree line in the shade with the windows 3/4 of the way down, so they're fine, and it's cold out. I got 2 jackets on and a sweater, so they're not baking or anything, and they're in the shade. So it's my turn to go do stuff. And once you get up in here, I was thinking of skipping that second week for the cabin and just rolling it into the third week. But when you get up here, you're like, man, what's today, the 1st? What do I check in on? I check in on the 8th, right? Yeah, the 8th. I've only got a week until my cabin, so I don't think I'm going to skip it. The only thing that makes me want to is that first day's a wash. The way they fart around, you don't get your cabin till 3 o'clock. You know, and so it's $83 for, you know, a little just for spending the night. But, you know, that's just the way it is. Look how, I don't know if you could see how deep that thing is. I'll put the camera kind of over it and zoom. That thing is just drops off. Heart Spring. That's amazing. You could see from here how it just kind of goes this way down into the earth. And you're just thinking we're standing right on top of that with this illusion of safety with these boardwalks. I don't know when, but sooner or later one of these things is going to take, you know, you could just picture this whole thing collapsing. You know, sooner or later I think it's going to happen. I don't have any bear spray. I left it outside the trailer under the tire, under the back tire. I don't like leaving it in the trailer because if those things explode, they say you'll never, you know, that trailer would be ruined. You could never recover that because of that. So I try to store it outside the trailer. Like in the morning, I put it out there. And then I just didn't think of it when we came here today to grab it. There's a couple of people walking through. All I'd have to do is be able to outrun those two, which shouldn't be a problem. 2 lovers are easy to outrun. Yeah, we'll go along this backside here. See, we're here. They're here. Well, it's 0.3 to that bridge and across. Yeah, let's go along the backside here. So we're going along the backside of Upper Geyser Basin. Beautiful morning, beautiful morning. Yeah, when I'm up here, it just makes me think twice of skipping that second week. And I don't know if I was just saying this, I think I was. I'm supposed to check in on the 8th. Today's the 1st. I've only got a week and I'll be in my cabin again. This time I'm not going to set up the radio stuff because it takes a long time to set it up and a long time to take it down. I'm just going to hook up the Drake. I'm going to get the Drake out from underneath the storage under the bed. And I'm going to get those 2 50-foot sections of the wire. And I'm going to put them together before we get here. And I'm just going to run a 100-foot long wire out the back window to the trees. And I can listen to the same frequencies. I just won't be able to transmit. Which, I didn't do a lot of transmitting last time anyway. I enjoy just listening. Like this morning they had that spider web net I found, which is a lot of people out of Central America, and I could have made a couple of contacts on there, and I just felt like laying in bed drinking tea and listening. That's kind of the same way I'll be here, so I'm just going to hook up the drake. It's a lot simpler to hook the drake up. Wait, there's the one we were looking at the other day. Remember, it was in the evening. I think I uploaded that video. So I'm going back to it. It was this one. It was making all kinds of gurgling noises. Yeah, it was this one. Aurum geyser, which means gold. And there's a bison carcass. Still there. Doesn't seem as interesting as it did that night. We're in 6 minutes, so keep going. There's the bison carcass. I'm glad we came here today, I really am. I wish I could take the dogs even in the doggy cart and just take an all-day stroll. But I realize, you know, the reasons why. The morning that moose chased me, or the evening that moose chased me on my mountain bike, I realized for sure why you can't have dogs up in here. Because if we'd have had dogs in that situation, they started barking at it, those things they get violent and protective. You know, I understand why you can't have them. So I respect the rules. Just beautiful this morning. Somebody threw a hat in there. Probably blew off somebody's head in the wind. A lot of people over there at Beehive. Pump geyser. This was a kind of a new discovery this year too, that I've learned to like pump geyser. Each year you kind of find one that you're into. You know, it's just the way that, you know, it's whenever you're hiking back here, it's whatever the way the light is, the mood is, and it just catches you in a certain way. And I've always liked this thing too. It's unnamed, whole. I'm going to call this the Abyss. It's just a deep, I mean, you can kind of peer over the edge and see it just goes. And there's steam coming out of it. And it's not named. I'm going to call it the Abyss. Don't stare too long into the abyss lest it stare into thee. I hope you didn't stare into it. Should have warned you. Tea kettle spring. That looks pretty cool this morning. I think we're at 8 minutes. Yeah, we're going to have to clear the video here. That's Old Faithful way over there across. This is Giantess Geyser that erupted, I think it was January in the webcam. You may not be able to see, I'll hold the camera in the air. It's way out there, see it? I'm going to upload the video. This concludes the morning upper section of Upper Geyser Basin 1st of July tour. We're clear.